starting off our vlog this week on the front porch, really just enjoying the sights and sounds of nature. That sounds so corny, I realize, but I worked yesterday and it's just been, a slow morning getting started. So we are hanging out on the porch. It's currently 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm just drinking my coffee. I'm watching the Today Show on my phone. That is what we're doing currently. Curtis has another exam that he needs to take today. So around, 9:30 or 10, the kids and I are gonna go and try to find something to do. I'm not quite sure. I wanted to also insert some footage. We all just got brand new bikes and I'm beyond thrilled. I went on like an 8-mile ride the other day on basically my running path, and it was just so nice to change it up from running. To really make some doctor's appointments. I really need to go and do like a full checkup soon just to make sure everything is okay, because I feel like going into marathon training and things like that, like you really should have a good overall check, especially if you're watching the news and you're seeing, a lot of these young athletes that are having these cardiac events and stuff like that. I think it's just really important to make sure overall your health is good. In the past, I have had some high cholesterol whenever I was more overweight, and I mean overweight for me. My cholesterol was higher, and that is one of the risk factors for heart attacks. And then one of my mom's friends back in the day, she had a massive heart attack at only 29 years old while she was out running. And, this is years and years and years ago. So she ended up with like a quadruple bypass at 29 years old, which is so scary and so crazy in a healthy, athletic adult. So just because people are athletic or they exercise regularly does not mean that they do not risk, some kind of major health event. So I really need to make that a priority because it's so important. I mean, I'm getting to the age where I'm going to need to be getting mammograms. I have a family history of breast cancer. I have a family history of colon cancer. I have a family history, my mom's half sister that she shares with her father. She had ovarian cancer. And so we have lots of stuff. My mom and my dad, both sides, have had skin cancer already. So it's just, we're, closer to 40 now than we are to 30, which getting older is not a problem for me. I welcome it. You never are ever going to feel more confident and comfortable in who you are until you get older. And that's been my favorite thing about my 30s, is figuring out who I am for the first time as an adult, which is so exciting and so fun. But it's time that we start taking a lot of health precautions. I would love to find a functional medicine doctor here in Orlando, just because I really want to be treated as a whole, So I really only have a nurse practitioner here as a provider that does my yearly exams, or bi-yearly exam. No, my yearlies. And of course I work with doctors, so I'm always asking for medical advice and stuff. Or I'm just telling them all my issues. So there's quite a few things that I need to have checked up. So that needs to happen. I have got to. The problem right now is if you are in the same area, not area, like location wise, but if you're in the same boat that I'm in and you're looking for providers, it feels like everyone has a month-long wait list. So it's gonna take a month before I can even get seen. We're just gonna enjoy this beautiful weather this morning. It is very humid, but we're gonna enjoy the weather and the sounds and just relax before it's time to get everybody up. Good morning, it's the next day. I feel like we just did not show what we did yesterday. We ended up going to Walmart, and this is just me and the kids because I mentioned how Curtis needed to take an exam. So it was just me and the kids. We went to Walmart, and then we went to eat Mexican food, and then we went over to Target, came back and just hung out on the porch really for a little bit. Actually, the remainder of the day. So there wasn't a whole lot that happened, and it just, I cannot film when my kids are with me. Anyway, it is the next day and we are going to head out for a run. We have not been running really consistently for the last few weeks. The training for the Dopey Marathon, Dopey Challenge in January officially kind of starts this next month, though I've just been trying to maintain a base, and you know, we're gonna have other races coming up too before that at Run Disney. I need to start doing some of the local ones because it would be fun to just be around other people to run. Anyway, I think we're just gonna go and feel how we feel out here today. I have no plan in mind. It's a real just let your body, you know, decide what we run today. So that's the plan. It's currently 8 a.m. so it feels really, really great outside. The humidity is still up, but it is not nearly as bad as it's going to be in a couple of hours. And I'm not really sure what all the day will hold. Last night we were originally planning to go to Animal Kingdom for the evening, but by the time we were all ready to even remotely think about going, there was only 2 minutes till the park closed, so we ended up not doing that. We might do something today, we'll see, but that's the plan. We're gonna go on our little run. Hello, we are currently at the Magic Kingdom. We're in the parking lot at the Ticket and Transportation Center waiting for Curtis to build our newest umbrella stroller,
Mom's calling twice,
which makes like stroller number 50 something that we've had in our parenthood journey. So we're here for an evening at the Magic Kingdom. It's about 7 o'clock and they are open until 10 or 11, I think. So it should be just a fun little Magic Kingdom night. We did go ahead and grab Chick-fil-A before getting here because every time we get here, we never find what we all want to eat, or it's just overpriced. It's not really good and filling. I mean, we did go to Chick-fil-A, so but we did that before we got here. So we should all be good. Maybe some popcorn, maybe an ice cream is in our future. Who knows? Okay, starting off our Magic Kingdom night, we of course took the tram. That is Lane's first and foremost favorite thing in the entire park. As far as rides go, it's a really enjoyable ride up to the gate. There's my little silly girls, but this is just the sweetest time in their childhood. I'm just trying to capture everything. Once we got to the Ticket and Transportation Center, we always use the restroom really quick and then decide between the monorail and the ferry. Most likely we're always going to take the monorail. That is also the girls' favorite way to get over to the park, especially in the summer because it is so toasty here. So we're just taking the monorail over to the Magic Kingdom, and this is kind of what we do during the summer. We typically are coming later on in the evenings because it is just too hot and humid, and you do not realize how sick the sun can make you. And there she is, this beautiful castle. We stopped by Starbucks really quick and I thought this cup was so cute. Curtis pointed it out and it had a cute little umbrella on the top. And I just love all of the plants in all the parks, really. That's kind of how I model a lot of the plants that I choose for my own yard. And it's just so beautiful back here in Fantasyland. And of course we got a little peek at Tiana's Bayou, which we have reservations for next weekend to go and be there. Then you have to sign up for a virtual queue, which is so strange. That's something new I think they're doing this year. But I saw the first signs pointing to Tiana's that they added into Frontierland. But our first ride is right here on Big Thunder Mountain. Roller coasters, we're still working on that with Lane. They're not her absolute favorite, but we can all ride this as a family. Yes, she might scream and kick her feet for a minute, but she actually was asking to go right back on to Big Thunder Mountain. But it's just so beautiful at night. We did not make it for the fireworks showing, but we did get on a different ride for the Happily Ever fireworks. I rarely ever take my vlogging camera into the parks anymore. I will either film stuff on my phone, and generally I've been making more TikToks lately as far as the parks go. So this is just all from my phone, and it's just so nice to have carefree time with your family and, you know, film with your phone whenever you feel it. We did get on the magic carpets and saw the fireworks while we were spinning around in Agrabah, and it was so beautiful. I actually think that this is a wonderful place to watch the fireworks. I did forget to mention that as soon as we got into the park, there were still virtual queues remaining for Tron, and so I was able to snag a virtual queue for Tron. I believe, were probably the very last group of the evening, and so you'll see in just a bit we are gonna ride Tron. We had to do a rider swap, so Curtis went first and I went second, but first we went on the Haunted Mansion. This has become one of Lane's like must-dos. I don't know what it is, but she always asks if we can go see the ghosts. So this is absolutely one of my all-time favorite rides. It is a nostalgic ride for me. It is one of the main rides that I can remember from my childhood whenever I went to Walt Disney World. So we are heading over to Tron, and I just have to say I am so jealous of Tokyo Disney and their beautiful Fantasy Springs. I so wish that they would have done a lot more with Rapunzel in Walt Disney World. I'm thankful for the lantern area and her tower, and that area is just so sweet, but I would have loved to have that ride that they got in Tokyo Disney. So while the other ones were on Tron, Lane and I popped over to the People Mover, and she is just so hilarious. She copies everything. She speaks so well. She's just really, really growing up so fast, and I still don't capture her little baby voice enough, but it is one of my absolute favorite things in the world. And these views all through Tomorrowland. The People Mover is just one of my must-dos every time. It's one of my favorites. So after we rode the People Mover, we were able to go on the Tomorrowland Speedway, which is also one of Lane's favorite things to do. She always wants to drive the car, even though she was pretty sleepy by this point. At this point, it's just about 11 o'clock. The park is gonna close. You're a crazy driver. After the Tomorrowland Speedway, there was still like 5 minutes left. I asked Lane if she wanted to do Dumbo and she declined. Like I said, she was pretty wiped out at this point. So Kyan and I went back on to Tron together and just had the best time. And then we walked out. Everyone else was waiting for us at the confectionery over on Main Street. And so we met everybody over at the confectionery, got some yummy treats before heading out. I got this delicious Reese's peanut butter cookie thing. It was fantastic. And then Kyan, I forgot which one he got, but both were so yummy. And then we just headed out, got the monorail to the Ticket and Transportation Center. So that was pretty much it for this week's, or this chapter of our summer vlogs. I hope that you will enjoy. I hope to have 1 to 2 a week. I'm crossing my fingers. I am really trying to make this one of the priorities this summer. And so next week, I believe we're gonna do a couple more updates with the house. We had a couple of new things come in, and I'm sure we're gonna be hitting maybe a water park, some other fun stuff. So stay tuned for next week's summer vlog to see what we're up to next. But I hope that you enjoy. If you're interested in anything that I mention, I will link what I can as far as our bikes and, you know, all of that. But I hope you're well, and I'll see you in the next video.